Hello, and welcome to the State of the Market for today, 9th of August 2022. It is 10:20 p.m. right now at the time of recording. So the Indian market today was closed on the account of Muharram festival. As a result of that, we'll not be looking at any of the futures or anything which is related to Indian market because anyways it was closed. But let's take a look at the overall currency pairs because even though the Indian market itself was closed, there was still some buying selling happening in the currency pairs across the globe. So we'll quickly take a look at those. Okay, so let's start with the dollar INR pair, the USD INR. So let me first open the day chart. That will give us clear picture of where we are. So this is where the price had gone, okay, till yesterday. This is what we were discussing yesterday, that the price took a nice bounce and there was a buy when people bought on dip, and now the prices started to go back up. Okay, so now given this price action, the path of least resistance is up, and 80.06 is probably the next target, okay, which is 50 paisa from here. On the 4-hour chart today, nothing much happened. It was basically some sideways buying and selling going on. So essentially the people are waiting for the markets to open tomorrow. Okay, now on the futures, this is, let me share that also. Yeah, so on the futures front, this is here where we are. Okay, so the price was stopped at 200 day, which is a green 200 moving average on the hourly chart, which is this green line. So tomorrow can be a good buying opportunity above this. Okay, one if we get a close above this and then some kind of a retracement move, that can be a good buying opportunity for this high 80.37 on the hourly time frame. Okay, so this would be an interesting buying opportunity for tomorrow. Let's take a look at the yen. So yen today has not done much. Okay, there was this bounce that happened happened yesterday, and today the price again has been going pretty much sideways, as you can see, right? If the Indian market is closed, the main current spot pairs also don't move a whole lot. Okay, although we look at the exception in a while, but this is where the yen is. Okay, so we have given a bounce at, and we had given this bounce at the 200 moving average on the hourly time frame. Okay, but we are still kind of in a bearish zone in itself. So let's see. I mean, it is not exactly a very comfortable place to enter into any kind of trades in the yen. Looking at these charts. Okay, in fact, I think the price may actually go back down towards and do one more retest of this line. Who knows? All those things are possible. So it's best to stay away from the yen INR for tomorrow. Let's take a look at the euro. So a very interesting price action happened today. Okay, so we had been looking at this, the green 200 moving average, plus the fact that we had also been looking for this sort of resistance line, and kind of a breakout happened. Okay, and today we saw this big move in the euro INR pair, and this is mainly because of a similar big move that happened in the euro USD pair. Okay, so euro USD went up, euro INR also went up simultaneously. So again, the ratio has to be maintained. Euro INR divided by USD INR equals euro USD. So euro INR has to rise if the USD INR is not falling. So the ratio has to be maintained. So the euro INR also rose in conjunction with the euro USD rise that happened today. Okay, whatever the case may be, it is giving a good, it's entering into a nice bullish territory, unless we see a trap for these bulls. Okay, which would we'll get to know about this tomorrow. But unless there is a trap, this is the price is entering into a bullish territory, and we can expect, if we do see a higher low. Okay, so this is one low that happened today morning. If we see a similar higher low, then that possible that higher low could be an interesting buying opportunity for the price to go back to these kind of levels, 82.11 and so on. Okay, so it would be interesting to keep an eye on this. Euro, again, on yesterday the price closed at 81.37, somewhere here. Now in the euro we are already waiting for again, this is 200, so we're already waiting for the price to sort of break these zones, and then we can go for look for buying opportunities. Okay, so till the time the price is trading in this range, plus this whole 200 mess is happening, it just makes sense to stay away from it. But looks like we may find a trade, although there is a big caveat here, and we'll look at the caveat also. Okay, pound is very messy. So today the price action was, a similar kind of push happened in pound as well, and today, but overall the price action is still very, very messy, at least on the spot pair on the 4-hour time frame. If we look at the futures, so the futures, this is where the futures we were discussing yesterday, that we are forming this kind of a resistance line, basically some smaller consolidation within this bigger consolidation. So I think if we break out of this consolidation and we see some kind of higher low, should be an interesting opportunity to buy for these levels. Okay, buy for the price to go back to 97.14 zone. Okay, so this can be a possible trade for tomorrow. Yeah, so there can be a possible long here. Okay, especially considering I think so I think the gap is already taken care of by this fall in the last two 4-hour bars. So let's see if we do see a gap tomorrow or not, or what kind of price action happens. But there may be a possibility to go long here. However, I think the best trade, given the current scenario, should happen in the US dollar, where where we may be able to find a buying opportunity, a low risk buying opportunity that we may give us maximum bang for the buck, so to speak. All right, let's move ahead and look at the international pairs. So we have the dollar index. Now dollar index, we've already seen this. Okay, it's going around in this ABCD, although now the retracement is not very healthy. Okay, it should have ideally, if this ABCD has to complete, it should be completed in it should have at least shown some kind of bullish strength by now, especially if you look at this 200. Okay, this the green one, right? It's already going below this 200. Okay, in fact, let me just pull out the time zones here, date range. Yeah, so ideally the theory is that not this one, sorry. Theory is that the time in which A to C happens should be CD. Yeah, no, I think it's the time in which AB happens should be the similar time in which CD should happen. Okay, yeah. So by this rule, ideally this ABCD should have already been completed. Okay, this should have happened here itself. Yeah, that's the symmetrical the rule of symmetry from harmonic patterns perspective. Right, so as per this harmonic pattern, the rule is the it's all, nothing in the market is written in stone, but general rule is, or the guideline rule says, that the time duration for AB should be the time duration for CD. Okay, now that has clearly not happened. We are gone way past that particular time duration. So now the bulls really have to show their hand very soon, in a day or two, but maximum by tomorrow ideally, for bullish positions to continue in this. Okay, at the same time, if we look at the DXY on the hourly time frame, it's still running very, very smoothly along the 50. Okay, so there's nothing bearish here. At the same time, 4-hour chart is not supporting any bullish moves either. So it's now it's anybody's guess. This may be this. So I was thinking this would be the higher low, but now we have formed another low. Okay, so although we are still in the bullish structure, but again a lower low has happened in this wave. Okay, so now if the price does retrace from here and finally close above 108.69 overnight, tomorrow should be an interesting opportunity to go long on the DXY as well. Let's see. The other alternative, of course, is that all these bulls will be trapped once, when this 105.04 is taken. After that, they'll decide the next leg, whether they want to take it down or whether the price is going to go up. Okay, so that possibility is also open. I mean, all those possibilities are open. Definitely, bullish positions have been built. There is no doubt about it. Okay, and now it's up to where the strong hands are. If the strong hands are towards the bearish side, they may give you one more hit, take all these stops, and then take the price up, in which case the price should bounce back sharply. The other possibility is that they may just continue right here. This, if the bulls are strong, their strong hands are with the bulls, then the price should continue right here and start going upward. Okay, so all these possibilities are open. Okay, so let's see what happens in the dollar index. The opposite of whatever happens in DXY is usually Euro USD. So Euro USD, again, we saw this in the Euro INR in the right. So this was basically today morning. Euro USD saw a big bounce. The same bounce was seen in Euro INR as well. Okay, now we are officially getting out of this range. Okay, so now the question is this breakout going to be a successful breakout, or will it be a fake out? Okay, if this is a fake out, most likely that will be dollar index will start rising, and we can see prices going back down. So it's all the wait and watch. Plus, look at this. This is all this green line. Okay, 200 moving average. All right, it has been respected like anything on the 4-hour time frame. You look as far as we can go. The 4-hour, the 200 moving average is respected in such wonderful ways. Okay, starting all the way from here. Maybe perhaps this sideways, after once this sideways consolidation was over. So this was the last in February 22. After that, once the price fell 200, 200. Okay, it crossed 200, and in this zone there was 200, 200, 200. Finally broke down 200, 200, 200. Finally, broke down again 200, 200. So just look at the number of instances. Okay, 4-hour chart is so filled with 200. It is basically respecting 200 like anything. Okay, so if the bears have to show their hands, I think this is the right opportunity to trap all of these bulls and take the price down. Otherwise, if the bulls have to show their hands, then again this is the right opportunity. Okay, you can make a break, let the price, let it retrace for a little bit, and then take it further up. Okay, so right now both bets are open, and for us it's wait and watch. Nothing to do in the Euro USD as of now. Okay, the pound. So the pound saw a similar, a sharp sudden buying in the morning. Okay, morning hour time, which happened in pound INR also. Same thing happened in pound USD, GBP USD, and again the prices was falling suddenly. Basically, all these bullish price action has been kind of countered. Okay, so right now we are again, sort of in a no man's land. There's nothing to do here. I mean, it's our thesis still remains. If the price falls below this 1.2048, then some kind of bullish trade, bearish trade may be made. Okay, otherwise, you really have to see a bullish action, some kind of consolidation to take a long. So right now, it's nothing. Euro pound is again showing very interesting price action. So let me just go back here. This is where we were yesterday. Okay, so there was a selling and then a sudden burst of buying, and the price action was going sideways. And today Euro pound has taken, has shown their hands. So the bulls have finally recovered this. So we saw this sort of a broadening formation. Okay, the price fell, broke below these levels, and then recovered almost instantly. So, and we drew this also yesterday, where we said that it's 50% is the level. Okay, if the price falls, sort of breaks down from this broadening, support zone, it should not ideally retrace above the 50%. Okay, if it does retrace above 50%, it usually indicates that bulls are strong. Okay, and that is exactly what happened here. The bulls did indeed prove out to be strong, and they have taken this high quite comfortably. Okay, so if we extend this line, if you just focus on this particular high, now this high has been taken once, twice, thrice, right? So now ideally the price should continue in the upward direction. Okay, and the weight of the evidence in this move is definitely on the side of the bulls. Okay. Yeah, so this is euro pound. Now, as for can we look for some trading opportunities? Maybe we can, but I'm still not very sure of it. So let's see. I would definitely want to see some kind of bullish price action above this high to take any meaningful trade. Okay, especially if you look at this, there is this newer high, but we are still seeing a sort of a sideways price action on the RSI. So let's see. I mean, right now, again, there's nothing much to do here. US dollar yen. So US dollar yen on the 4 hour, it's still doing this own thing. Okay, V recovery. Now today it's pretty much sideways, and the same. This can be seen in the hourly chart. It's a nice, clean, symmetrical triangle that is being formed. We are way above the 200, definitely in the bullish territory. Okay, so should this breakout happen, should it can give us good buying opportunities on the upward side, although we are at the edge of the triangle. So if a breakout has to happen, it will happen most likely overnight. So let's see. I mean, if otherwise it may simply keep passing, in which case the triangle will simply be invalidated. So both, basically a symmetrical triangle, all both sort of opportunities are possible. Let's see where the price goes, and if we do get any buying opportunity in this during the day tomorrow. Euro yen. So euro yen, we are, this is the hourly. Let me figure out if we can spot something here. Okay, so this is basically a kind of a consolidation, and it's not exactly, I mean, it's not just a consolidation, it's also a wedge. Okay, it looks like a wedge as well, although it's still forming quite low in the trend as such. Okay, so but in the price, from the price action perspective, it's a wedge, in that this whole V sort of recovery that happened, looks like this recovery is going to halt now. Okay, so we may see some kind of consolidation in the euro yen pair, and the price may actually fall back down and sort of complete this wedge. Okay, that looks like a possibility for the price to do overnight. May fall, complete this wedge, sort of the third touch, and then after that it decides what it wants to do going forth, because the hourly chart, it's clearly wedge on the hourly chart. Okay, there is absolutely no doubt about it. So let me just write this down here. All right, so this is euro yen. Let's take a look at pound yen. Pound yen, very choppy. Okay, it's still within this range. Let's open the hourly charts. On the hourly chart, there's this nice clean trend line that is visible, like this as well. So this is an ascending triangle. Okay, ascending triangles are usually indicate bullishness in the price action. So any break above, beyond this zone should prove, you should give us a really good bullish price action. Okay, but for that we have to break out above 163.8. Okay, if the price does not break out above this 163.88, 163.8785, there's nothing. Okay, so far there's nothing, but the moment we see a breakout, then it's going to be really bullish. Okay, so an ascending triangle should be an interesting zone to keep an eye on. Yep. So this 163 to 166 can be an interesting move to capture in the pound yen pair. Let's take a look at Bitcoin. So Bitcoin rose sharply and yesterday, and today, look at it, it gave up all of those gains. So basically, let me just remove all this clutter now. Okay, this is absolutely not required. This is also not required. Let's take this out also. Let me take this out also. Okay, so this is where we were, right? It's kind of a resistance zone, and we touched that resistance zone yesterday, and today the price has given up all of those gains. Okay, so it looks like a nice clean bull trap, right? These bulls are essentially trapped. The yeah, the 200 is here. So will we see a price all the way down here? Let's see. I mean, we have to wait for some kind of a lower high in this price action to be able to say that yes, we see a bearish trade. Let's take a look at crude. So crude oil is very interesting. Okay, so we were here yesterday. We had broken out, sort of given a breakout above this wedge zone. Let me just open the hourly chart. Okay, so this is where we were yesterday. All right, and today the price did continue in the bullish direction. Then it was falling down. So I was looking at this in the morning, and it looked like frankly the price was going to touch this 50, and then most likely it's possible that they may take the price up, and in this case this is exactly what happened. The price went till 50, gave you a nice wick, and by 2:30 3:30 p.m. they had already touched the wedge, so this resistance zone. Okay, so by the time crude oil market opened in India by 5:30, by 5 o'clock, it was all essentially this particular trade was done. Okay, so now they're essentially giving up all those gains. Now, if this is it can be a very interesting move. So if so this is going to happen till 11:30. We still have 45 minutes to go. I think if this entire bullish move is countered by by 11:30 or so, basically we see some kind of a bearish engulfing or a tweezer candle pattern, then the whole thesis, the whole price can go back down all the way towards these lows. Okay, so this whole wedge has done its job. Okay, the wedge indicated bullishness in price action. The price did go up, touch this level. Okay, so the wedge's job is done. Now it's pure price action, what the price action is going to do next. Okay, so we are at this 50. It's actually a nice place to sort of retrace and go back, touch previous lows for the crude oil. So let's see, it's going to be an interesting price action to look for. If there is a breakout, then then it's going to be bullish. But so far, given this, the whole price fall that happened in the last 3 hours, it looks like bullishness is over. Although interestingly, this time also we are back at 50. So let's see. I mean, let me not speculate on anything here. Anything can happen right now. Gold. So gold, we sort of touched these lows, okay, yesterday, and the price was giving us a recovery, okay, and this is where we were yesterday. So today the gold price has moved further up, and now we are kind of in the middle of this wedge zone. Okay, so this is simply a wedge that is being formed in gold, and does it indicate a whole lot of bullishness? Ideally not. If we look at gold on the daily time frame, this is where we are. Okay, so here's the 50. The price is today, the price is running up against the 50, 50 selling. If this sustains, then definitely we are bullish, and this from 1800 all the way till 1840, this next $40 move may come very fast. So here we are. Okay, now let's see where the price goes from here. On the structure itself is, the price is going up. These highs are going to be critical. Okay, and at the same time, so this whole resistance line is already coming. So if we see some kind of push, bit of retracement, can be an interesting opportunity to buy. Silver, this is where we saw silver was yesterday. Okay, it had completely squeezed all of these bears. In fact, we saw this yesterday. The price is falling. It did a retracement to 50, and bearish positions were built. Now, yesterday, all these bears who got trapped, and today here we are. Okay, so if this bear, now these bears are already trapped, all right, their stops have been taken. Now if the strong hands are in the sides of the bears, they've already trapped these first set of bears. It makes sense to for the price to fall and continue in the direction of the trend. However, if the strong hands are on the bullish side, then we may see some kind of rest here before they actually show their hands and move the price up. So right now, again, silver is in a dicey position. It's kind of a no man's land right now. Today, although we see the prices is falling, consolidating a little bit. Okay, I think this low would be an interesting zone. This particular, this low, this zone. Okay, the price may go back down here, give you a bounce, and then move further up. Or if it falls here, then it moves further down. Both these possibilities are open. S&P 500 in the middle of a broadening formation. Okay, so this next leg of the broadening, support zone has been completed today on this fall. Now it's going to be an interesting place to keep an eye on. If the price falls here, okay, and gives you a retracement, then continues in the direction of the fall, then we can see a big down move. Alternatively, this particular broadening formation gave us a good, if the price falls and recovers these gains, okay, which is more than 50% of this move, which is what we saw, for example, in the euro pound pair, okay, then the price can continue rising in the upward direction as well. So these two possibilities are definitely there. Okay, we may see some kind of wick and price continuation, which above 50% of this particular range. Okay, so here is roughly 50% in the center, 4143. So if the price goes above 4143, gives you a nice clean bullish candle above 4143 closing, then that's a nice bullish good bullish indication. Okay, however, if the price continues to fall, goes not as high as 4143, somewhere around 61.8, okay, and continues to fall down, then that's a bearish sign. So both these opportunities are now available, possible in S&P 500. Finally, let's take a look at Nifty. So this is where we were on Nifty. Okay, again, similar broadening formation happening, and this was the price action yesterday. Okay, and we have sort of given a third high. So this is the peak that has been formed now. Now we are, some again in today SGX Nifty was, our market was closed, so there was a bit of a sideways price action in SGX Nifty, and we are about to, so let's see where the market opens tomorrow. We are not very far away. I mean, the closing price on 8th was what, not very far from here. Okay, so 8th closing on SGX Nifty, for example, was 574. Okay, we are at 506, so 70 points, odd points below. That's not a problem. The problem is the way we are seeing these 3-4 small candles. Okay, this thing can indicate a sharp price move on the downward side, in which case this broadening low would be the next the sort of a support. Okay, so let's see. I mean, this is definitely possible. So if the price gives you a gap down tomorrow in Nifty, and the gap down continues in the direction of for the first 15 minutes to an hour, then it's definitely possible we touch back these lows, 17,340. Okay, so let's see what happens. Anyways, anything that happens overnight is quite meaningless in SGX Nifty. What happens tomorrow morning from 7 a.m. all the way till 9 a.m., that sort of gives you a better picture of what the price is going to open in the Nifty index in the morning. So, well, keep an eye on this if there is some trading opportunities in Nifty on the basis of this price action. So that's it for today, and I'll see you tomorrow. Until then, thank you. Have fun. Bye bye.